Hello and welcome back to the Sinéad Says Podcast. We had a little mid-season break. Was it my fault? Maybe. Or, I don't know, we decided to have 2 weeks off just because me and the team, it was my 30th birthday and everyone was there at Tomorrowland, so we decided to have a little break. And then I went to Spain and forgot my memory card that had the podcast recorded in it. But today, here it is. So, you got it. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, did we talk about anything relevant that week? That, I don't know, maybe we talked about Love Island for a little minute, but anyway. So this week we have Annette Kelly on. We had Annette on literally episode 2 of the first ever season. And she's one of my dear friends. She has a great crack. And to be honest, I just wanted something a little less serious. I feel like sometimes self-development can be very heavy and we need a bit of crack. So this episode is all about a bit of crack. We talked about, things in our childhood growing up in small towns in Ireland, and it was just really, really fun. And also I just wanted to read out a little, sorry, I'm out of breath. Oh my God. Forget to do podcasts. I've had a few weeks off, but I'm going to just read out a little review from the Brave Way. We never do that. So we're going to plug the Brave Way here, which is an online meditation course written and performed by me. And we have loads of feedback forms. I thought I would just read out one. So at the end of this feedback form, I says, is there anything you'd like to add to the feedback? And she said, this meditation course has really changed my life. I now do not go a day without meditating. It has made me so much more relaxed and my sleep quality is so much better. It has improved my relationships and communication with others. It has helped me live in the now and embrace each day. I want to share my appreciation and gratitude to Sinead for this course. It has helped in so many aspects of my life. Oh my God, they're so cute. I can't even deal. So you can find that at thebraveway.co. That is thebraveway.co. Now, I'm going to get into the podcast, but before I get into the podcast, we will talk about the sponsor, which is BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online counselling and therapy platform where you can speak to your counsellor through text, through video, through Zoom. It's very easy to arrange all your Zoom calls and you can choose a time just for you. And there's also loads of group hours on there, and me and Annette are both vowed for therapy. We've both been in therapy, although we're very lighthearted today with our chat. So hopefully you enjoy this show, and if you want to sign up to BetterHelp, you can get 10% off your first month with betterhelp.com/Sinead, betterhelp.com/Sinead.
Ooh, and welcome.
Thank you so much, Sinead, for having me.
Annette Kelly.
It's good to be here in person.
And you've been on the podcast before.
Yep. Was I your second guest?
You were my second guest. So if you want to know more about Annette and her story, go back to all the way to episode 2. We probably didn't even have mics there. No, we weren't in there.
I stacked my laptop on different tables.
You had a mic, I remember.
I did, but I don't think it worked. It was just for show. It's for the look of it.
And so today we thought, to be fair, all the podcasts the last few weeks, sometimes they are a bit serious. Like they're a bit hardcore.
I think that's life too. Like there's light and shade, and it's important to talk about uncomfortable things because sometimes they're the most important conversations, but then it's important also to have the crack.
Yes,
well.
so this is what this podcast is all about. And if you know Annette, you know that you are good crack. You said something the other day and I was like almost a little bit offended by it, but then I was like, that's kind of true. You said we were out one night and we were drinking and you went, you know what? She needs a wee bit more colourful online.
That's true.
And less colourful offline.
That is my opinion. I stand by it.
And she says I'm not as colourful online and more colourful in real life.
Sometimes I feel online, I worry too much about what other people think.
Yeah.
And I don't feel as safe. But whereas when I'm in person, I feel as if I can be more myself.
Yeah.
But I try to be as authentic as possible. But you're definitely braver online. You come out with stuff that I would love to come out with, but sometimes I hold back because there's a fear.
Yeah. I thought you meant like I just wasn't as good crack.
No, I mean like colourful.
I was like,
No.
To be fair, I am a fader.
Well, you faded that night, but that's because, you know what, you're a busy woman, like, it's not...
I can't hack it anymore, I swear. I get to a point and my stomach starts to feel sick. If I have another drink, I will vomit. So after I start drinking water, I go to sleep.
But that's okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and nothing woke me that night. You came in and tried to feed me toast and I don't remember anything.
That's right, I did. I I did. I'm a feeder, like. I am a feeder. So, like, so much
So much so, she brought me a bag of snacks.
Snacks, scrap of the apple green.
And I mean, I'm not...
Let's rate the snacks. So,
Okay, one of them is good.
One of them? They're all elite.
No,
in my opinion.
like, it's literally the right side for Granny and Grandad. Like,
Aren't they legends?
true. Okay, so this is a 10 out of 10. Sweet and salted popcorn all the way. But I eat so fast that I always buy that one for me and Jack. And I end up eating most of it, so...
See, that is the benefits of having a boyfriend. Like, you get to share, whereas I don't have one, so I horse them all into me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but sometimes, like, I see that big bag and I won't buy it unless I'm sharing it.
No, I'm all about that. Like, do you know people that, like, get these big bags and then, like, roll them down to save them for later?
No, not
They
about
disturb
that.
me. They disturb me.
That
Like,
freaks me out. They have a wee clip on
Wait,
all.
what is the bother? I'm like, get them into you because they're gonna go steal. Like sometimes, like my sister, she sometimes I find like stuff in her cupboard and there's clips in them and I'm like, why are they not at? I would have them demolished. So out of 10,
We're giving a 10 out of 10 because potato, sweet and salted popcorn. But I'm not a potato crisp girl.
potato down south gear.
No, I'm not about that. I'm a Dory's or a Macaulay's gal.
There you go. Right. Next up.
Okay, squishies. I'm gonna give them.
They're squashies, not
Squashies. I'm not a sweet person. I like savoury. So, but Jack loves these, and Jack's mum always loves these and eats these.
So
So
you
I'm
could
gonna,
maybe give them to her.
yeah,
But Sinead with you first.
I'm gonna give them a 6.
See, squashies remind me of like a sunburned farmer.
Drumstick. Oh yeah.
So like, feel like you're right.
Be careful with the noise. Give me some more. People are gonna be like this in their ears.
Right. So like, doesn't that look like a farmer's tan?
Yeah.
You know, like sunburn and then the whiteness. Like if I was in the bog.
Oh my god, no, people are gonna be disgusted if we eat this. We're gonna have to put our mics away. No!
Right, okay. Out of 10.
6.
Definitely.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to play that game as well where it's like he's a 10.
Oh, please.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay,
Love
quickly
that.
get through
That'd
the.
be quick. Okay, last
Okay,
one. Right. Right, this is controversial.
No, I'm gonna put this and the other ones in the same category because hair drops, no. Brandy balls, no. Like they're in your car when you're feeling lightheaded, and that's it.
Well, do you know what?
And
You
these
can't
are like
eat a
not even
brandy ball.
like these are like like guys, if you're listening to this, like you know that yellow packet that you're running around all like that.
£1, you couldn't beat them. You know what I mean? £1.
Brandy balls isn't it?
If you go to the cinema, these are at least £5. In the shop, they're £1. Anyway, pear drops are elite, brandy balls are lethal, and I would give these a solid 7.5.
I'll give hair drops 4, no 3, because I'll never buy them, and then brandy balls 0 because they're disgusting.
Does not remind you of like a wee drink?
Absolutely. If I want a drink, I will drink a porn star martini. I will not have a brandy ball to remind me of drink.
Fair enough, right.
Fuck
Okay,
them.
last but not least, now don't you dare slide these because these are deadly.
Jelly snakes. Okay, I'm going to give jelly snakes a good 7 just because Jack loves a jelly snake. But there's better jelly snakes, like you know when you go to the place, you know like when you go to like the market and they have those big huge jelly snakes, I'm a bit of that.
No, I'm not a bit of that because it's just too much going on there. And then, whereas these just are perfect. So these are definitely a 9.
So natural.
Oh, they're so natural. Like they're just natural. No artificial colours, no artificial flavours. They're just pure natural. Anyway, so I didn't do too well on the snack. You know, if I was to go back to apple green, what would I have got you?
Oh, like my favourite food of all time is salt and vinegar crisps or chips. I love chips covered in salt and vinegar, and I eat it all the time when I'm hungover with a bit of curry sauce and a chippy chip.
Oh, lovely.
Like I love stuff like that, salt and vinegar. Because when I went off gluten, everything that I had, like all my protein bars had gluten, so I stopped. I used to always eat something sweet at night, so I literally had nothing to eat sweet, so I stopped eating sweet, and then once you stop eating sweet, you stop craving it. So I just would rather.
I am more of a savoury girl in fairness, but I got it wrong, Sinead. I thought you were a sweet girl.
I used to be, yeah, but I've changed. Life has changed.
We all change.
Yeah.
Someone said to me recently, Annette, you've changed. I was like, I hope so. I sincerely hope so.
Who told you changed and why?
Just probably maybe a wee bit more outspoken and stuff.
Oh, definitely. You have definitely came a long way since we last spoke. And even like your transition from the last 2 years as being your friend, I feel like you're just so much more out there.
I I am.
You don't give a fuck. You're getting to that age.
Well, do you know what? You do know when you don't care too much when you're walking around wearing Crocs and socks. Like, that's when you have a level of zero frigs.
Do not fucking say anything.
I'm a Croc girl, but not Crocs and socks. But I've been walking about my hometown in Crocs and socks, Donegal Crocs and socks,
Crocs and socks,
Crocs and socks. And you know what? You know, you might get a wee bit of a look sometimes, but like, oh, that's funky footwear, man said to me the other day. I says, oh, yours are funky too. And I walked on. Do you know, sometimes you fear, I used to really, really fear judgment, Sinead. And I'm not saying that I don't now. I haven't eliminated the fear of judgment, but I just realise that, you know, what other people think is none of your business. And sometimes it's quite innocent people in their thoughts of you, or maybe not. I don't know.
No, but you know what? I'm getting so used to it now because TikTok, right? Say like videos like this or like on the podcast, you know, when they're a bit more professional done, like a lot of them do go viral and the comments are terrible. Like some of them are awful. Some of them it's mostly boys and girls fighting with each other because like most of the ones that go viral, like me and Jack, and like the girls think I'm right and the boys think, and then they all fight with each other under the comments. I don't even look at them. I just get on with it. I'm just like, you know what? I'm kind of used to this now. I'm like, literally goes in and out for me. But at the start it was like,
I feel a bit of an attack now. We get it mild compared to you. I've always said that.
Yeah.
But I used to, any negative comment would have thrown me. There might be 100 lovely ones, but I would have zoomed in on the one that maybe would be my appearance. And that's one thing I don't really like is when people maybe comment, say about my weight. You know, even if I've put on weight or lost weight, I just don't, it's just a discussion I don't want to like talk about. And I realise that I don't take any offence to it because it's a natural conversation, especially among women.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sure, you can't do fucking nothing right because then you're too thin. And then this, and like, you look fucking amazing, so never let anyone tell you that. And it's just like this, and the thing is, like, the people that are saying someone else is this, it's their children that's going to suffer because if they're talking about someone else being different and even just commenting on it, saying like, oh, that person's put on weight, your children are internalising that as if they put on weight, their friends are going to talk about them. So
I just don't think
I think we need
an achievement. You know whether like say if you lose a lot. Like when I've lost weight before, it's because I've been extremely anxious and down. So when someone says, "Ah, you look class," I was like, "Well, I don't feel class," but I would never say that. Just say thank you, but it wouldn't have been like a compliment to me. So that's why I'm very, very careful in dishing out that compliment. You know, I always say to someone, instead of, you know, maybe saying about their looks, I say, no, there's a real spark in your eye. You look really happy. You know, or I hope you feel good. Someone might look good to you, but it's all about inside. Like, you know, you just don't know what's going on in people's lives. And I thought this podcast wasn't going to be deep.
Well, you are the deep queen. You are the quote queen. So,
but honestly,
no, we need to give the substance as well. Like it's all like that. What would we call crack and deep in crack? You know, we're deep in the crack, but we're also going deep.
That doesn't sound
right.
right.
It doesn't sound right. Oh my god.
Okay, right. Okay, so you opened up a question box.
I did.
Right. It's in the words of Sinead Haggerty, they are hectic.
Some of them are hectic. So basically, you used to do a thing called Tinder Tales, and you used to get people to call in with their Tinder Tales, and it was such a funny thing in lockdown. And then we did a little bit of Tinder Tales.
Yes, Tinder, like.
Do you have any Tinder Tales right now?
Not recent ones because I haven't done it in recent times, but I'll never ever forget. I'll never forget this one, and this is probably from the last podcast too. But the one that sticks out in my head was, now I never told my Tinder Tales because they weren't as fun as someone like other people's. But basically, a girl was walking with a man on the beach, and you know they were on their first date, and like they went to like the pub first, and he had like a big bowl of stew and a big pint of milk, right? And so like that was, she got the ick from that feed, right? So all she was thinking about, you know, the big pint of milk and the big bowl of stew, and they were walking along the beach, and he just turned her and says, "Give me a kiss." She was all like, "Nah." So that's one of my favourite Tinder Tales. Very, very simple, but
Just a bit of milk.
Wasn't for her, stew and milk. Like, she just didn't want to curd him, like, because of the stew and the milk.
Well, Jack drinks a big glass of milk with his dinner too, and my dad drinks a big glass of milk.
I would have no issue really, but I think if someone maybe asked you to curd them, Is that a thing? Do people say kiss me now, or I wouldn't know? It's been that long.
Jack would say give me a kiss.
But what about the like?
Turn around and give me a kiss.
What if it's a first date?
Okay, let me try and think of my first date snogs. Okay, so I have a few first date snogs that. Oh wait, hold on, I can't even remember. I haven't done much Tinder, you know, like much Hinge. I did a bit of Hinge and Tinder in Sydney, and every single time I went on a Hinge or Tinder, like I felt like I just had no connection to any of them because I didn't know them. And like if I meet someone through someone, or like in a friend group, I feel like I can connect with them so much easier, and it's a lot more like flirty when I go on a date with them. Whereas if I go with like a complete random,
it's not. For me, it's not a vibe. Like.
But like even snogging, do you ever think of how many men have you've snogged? Like it panics me. Like, do you remember back in the day when you used to have slut races?
In Little Navan.
Yeah, you went to Little Navan, I went to the Kappa, or
the Ja.
Or no, the Ja. I'm too young. And then the Glenavon. Used to be able to smoke in there. Imagine smoking inside now, it's mad.
But Little Navan, if anyone from the Tyrone area remembers this, or not even Tyrone, something with Derry and Armagh as well. But there was different levels, and we were always on the bottom floor, the Culchies. And it was like a human corner.
Oh my god, I'm getting a flashback of you being there.
I think so. Well, I was there till I was too old to be there. Till like Annette, you're too old to be here now. Off you go. So I went across the road till the
Greenville.
But do you know what? Like I never forget the likes of excitement of like, you know, when you were at like primary school, secondary school, and be like, oh, you know, you get set up with people.
Yeah.
And then
oh my god, the excitement.
Excitement, and like for that like Friday night laying, like, and you knew, and then you would court him, but they would also court your friend, like, but it'd be totally grand.
I know, you wouldn't even care.
You wouldn't even care. That's mad, isn't it? Where's now?
Where's now?
No.
Have we ever courted the same man?
I would safely say we have.
Who?
Not Jack, don't worry. No, Jack's a bit young for me now, like.
Are we thinking about the same person?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'll go there.
I know, it was so weird, but now you can't do that. You can't.
No, you can't. Garrett Cole. No, I promise.
Okay. Right, hold on, can we play that game first?
Yes, let's play the game.
Okay, right, and then we'll go into the question box. Okay, so there's this trend on Twitter. No, it's a trend on TikTok. Twitter, I don't even have Twitter. And basically they say, you know, what he looks like in a number, like he's a 4, but like he has a dog, then he would be like a 7. Or, you know what I mean? So then you like put him up depending on his circumstances. Like it's a little bit mean, but
it's just lighthearted, and it's not about anybody, it's just about maybe potential scenarios.
Bit of fucking crack.
Bit of crack.
We're deep in the crack.
Right.
Okay.
Go.
He's a 4, but he plays for County.
4.
Doesn't put him up.
No.
Everyone on TikTok has put them right up.
No.
Okay, it does make them more attractive.
Not for me, no. Not for me. Personally, not for me. Not for me. If he's a 4, and if I see him as a 4, he's a 4, and if he plays for County, fair play to him.
Not even a wee 5.
Okay, a 5. Okay, a 5.
A man on a jersey though, like everyone always says about Jack wearing jerseys, but like I would just rather wear them all the time. I love it.
No, but you see, I am like
everyone with jeans. No, it's not. Guys, please stop wearing jerseys with jeans.
Just
like it's not the vibe.
Stop it.
No belt.
No, and
especially no, not a brown
shoe or a black belt. I seen a boy. Anyway, just no. But do you know what? If it makes you happy and you're comfortable, horses for courses. I wear Crocs and socks, like, so who am I to say?
I know. Okay, we're okay.
Can't be judging.
Right. We're trying not to be judging.
Okay, he's a 10, but he's hateful to his mother.
Oh my god, 4.
Fuck. 0.
The way, you're right. The
0.
way they speak to and you know what? I got that advice years ago. And somebody says the way he speaks to his mother is the way he's going to speak to his
100%.
His girlfriend, and I never listened to that because I remember an ex-boyfriend of mine like speaking down to his mom, and I'd been really annoyed about it. But then thinking, but swear to God, that's the way it ended up.
I was dating a lad one time, and like it was early doors. Like I think it was like the 3rd date in, and he got a phone call from his mummy, and I was like, I wonder how he's chatting to her. He was openly chatting to her, and like. Been really close to her. Now obviously there was something going on, she annoyed him and he was retaliating, but what he called her and then hung up, And I was like, oh, who is that? She's like, oh, it's just me man. I was all like, I just couldn't believe he spoke to his mummy like that. Not just in front of me, because I'm still a stranger in his eyes, but how he spoke to her just so casually and hung up. And I was like, will you please ring her back and just, she's probably hurting. She's like, no, you don't understand that. I was like, no, I don't understand. But I didn't want to, you know, I just didn't like the tone. But maybe she was speaking to him in a nasty way too. I didn't hear both sides, but it kind of just, that was kind of a massive red flag to me, how he like cursed at her and just said not very nice things to her and then hung up. And I was like, oh.
No, zero.
But he was only a 3 anyway.
Sometimes, have you ever been catfished?
Oh, why? I got catfished in Bird's Bar in Belfast one night.
Like you thought he was good looking and then you went in and it was a different person?
It's not that I thought he was good looking. I just would. It's not that even. I'm trying not to like. So it wasn't really about looks. It was kind of like personality. And yes, the looks do matter, but he just didn't look at all like his profile. But he just admitted that they were like pictures like 10 years ago. You know, and then he lied about his height, which is a thing too, you know, just don't put your height down.
I know, like I don't understand this whole
It's not a thing. Like,
catfish thing, you know what I mean? Like, where did Jay catfish go? Just disappeared.
just, I don't know, maybe just
Swept under the rug.
swept under the rug
See
like
you
everyone
later.
else. But yes, catfishing does happen, and it's within men and women. I think maybe through maybe filters as well, and old pictures, and you just think you're meeting someone, well, as long as they're the same person. I've never been totally catfishing like a fake person, no, but maybe just, do you know what? People might think I'm a catfish.
People might think I'm a catfish.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't know now how to do the game.
So the game, so he's a what he what?
He's a 6, but he meditates. He's a 10.
He's a 6, but he meditates.
He's self-aware.
So
10.
if he's a 6, right, and he meditates and he's self-aware, like that is definitely a 9.
Give it a 9.
Like I'm all about personal development and self-awareness and, oh why, no that's hot. That's hot. I'm all, see anyone that's into like personal development or even kindness and compassion and just being dead on, 10 out of 10. And I am like honestly, hand on heart, yes, looks are important. You know, you might see someone that's good looking and I might feel that they're good looking, like we've both 2 different maybe types. But this is what I don't like about modern dating. You're literally judging people by their faces. It's all so superficial.
Yeah.
Whereas like you need to scratch the surface and actually get to know the person. That's why like take me back to the 70s, like take me back to the 70s,
Yeah.
Sinead, because do you know what? Where people were out meeting, connecting, real connections. Or now you're just like for a single person, like, and you go on like these apps. It's just soul destroying because you're literally judging someone by their face. I don't want to be judged by my face. I'm so much more than my face or my height or whatever. I want to be not judged. I want to be appreciated maybe for my personality and my crack and think. You know, the banter, Sinead. And
Yeah, and there's so much more.
There's so much more to a person than
Yeah.
looks.
But that's the thing, right? Because people say this to me, oh, Sinead, I can't be arsed going on those dating apps and I'm single and I want to meet someone, but I don't want to go on those dating apps. And I'm like, guys, unfortunately, there is no other way. Yeah, although yes, there is times, like, you know, I met Jack. Like, Jack wasn't even in my age range on Tinder. So,
Sorry,
you're right there.
Alright.
Jack wasn't even on my age range on Tinder, so I would have never met him on Tinder, and I think there's other ways.
Don't lie.
But I think
you drove to Jack's house, put your radius 1 centimetre.
we never even matched. We just snogged in the bar, and everyone was.
I love that. I love that. I don't like the word snog though.
Snog.
Snog, I would say curt.
No, I would always say snog. I'm like,
I
Jack,
love a
let's
good-
go for a snog.
I love a good curt. It's been so long. But honestly, like my mummy and daddy met like in the Gap ballroom back in the day, like.
No, right. You said this before, right? You said about the China doll.
No, not the China cup.
The China cup.
So I feel the dating sphere at the minute is a bit of a cesspit, right? Both men and women, how women treat women, men treat men, men treat women, women treat women, right? all types of scenarios, right? We can be treated very disposably, like disposable paper plates, or even paper cups, say, like a coffee cup, you're just, maybe can feel a wee bit used sometimes. Am I making sense here?
Yeah, just laughing because you love a metaphor.
I love a metaphor.
Love a quote.
I love a quote, love a metaphor, I love, symbolism, right? So you're just a disposable cup, that's it, on to the next. Whereas I feel or believe that years ago, people were treated with a wee bit more, respect, I suppose. So like, instead of like a disposable cup, you were treated like a china cup,
I think you're right in a way. I definitely think like modern dating is fucking harsh as fuck. But I also think back in the old days, like there was your man and you got what you were given and you got with him and that was it. So there's a lot of people that got married and they're friends. They live together.
That's so true. Like, they were like literally their
West
fathers.
people are trying to find this, but then also people are trying to find this like unbelievably amazing love, and they don't understand that you have to work for it as well. Like you have to work on the relationship. It doesn't just be, amazing all the time.
It's not ready-made.
Yeah.
It takes work. Well, 100%. But the thing is, years ago maybe, like, and this is so true, if, a man had a bit of land, like the farmer would not sell his daughter, that's not the way it was, but there was an agreement, that's a good man, good lot of acres. Do you know what I mean? It was kind of, years ago, sometimes women didn't have a choice, maybe who they married. I know that, like, even when I was over in Africa, that's still the case, where, young girls are put with old men because of goats and land and cows, like, and I know I'm totally veering off here, but what I'm trying to say is, you're right, years ago, maybe people were just put together and that was it. But now I feel as if there's so many options, there's so many ways, to communicate with people, to meet people, and it's all through social media, which is an amazing tool that can connect people, but it can also disconnect people. It wrecks marriages. The sneakiness of Snapchat, can we talk about that? It is.
I don't use Snapchat, but like Jack uses it with all his mates. It's like such a northern thing, I think, at the minute. Like no one down south uses Snapchat. Agree with me on this, guys. Yeah, but up north they all use. You use Snapchat?
I would, yeah, but I was using Snapchat maybe for the sneaky links. For
what are you trying to say? Jack Ramsey?
No, but not the sneaky links as in like sneaking about or anything. Like, I mean, people that maybe had no intention of maybe like, I don't know, they would just maybe comment on your picture that you put up, but not actually text you and ask you about your day. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes Snapchat could be used for just like quick communication, but then it's gone, and there's no evidence of maybe the person saying anything. Now, that's not good, bad, or different, and I'm not saying people that do Snapchat are sneaky, because I use Snapchat, and I wouldn't say I'm sneaky, my friends use it. However, if it's used in the wrong way, it can be just, there's no trace of communication on that app. So if a man is just looking to solely Snapchat you, that isn't a red flag. That's like a walking red morph suit.
Jack says like he never used it, like before he met me, because I was like, what's your WhatsApp? And he was like, I don't talk to anyone on WhatsApp. I'm like, what are you talking about? Maybe he's not talk to everyone on Snapchat.
So it's a generational thing then?
I definitely think like up north, the guys and the girls use Snapchat a lot more.
I suppose it is. It is handy, right? However, I'm a WhatsApp person, and if someone is actually interested in me, like, it's messages are the way forward, or even I have a wee phone call. What happened to phone calls? I'm a phoner.
You wouldn't phone call? Well, to be fair,
no, I'm a phoner. Maybe that's why I'm single. Hi. They're like, why is she ringing me?
No, I do panic. Like, if I went on a date with someone and they rang me, like, I would really panic. But I would answer it, and like, if I went on a date with them and they wanted to FaceTime, stuff like that would be fine.
Like, what is wrong with
Do you not remember the days you used to just talk on the phone all night and like stay up all night?
Or giving in your house number.
Oh my god, no.
Like, okay, formal date, right? So back in the day when we were asking lads, or lads asked you to go to their formal or their debs or their prom, whatever, wherever you are in the world, we didn't have mobile phones, so they had to ring your home house. So they would get your home house number, like they would look it up in the yellow pages. You know, the big yellow pages book.
Isn't that weird that you could just get someone's number?
In the yellow
That's
pages.
still normal. Can you still do that?
does the Yellow Pages still exist? I want to find out. Anyway, literally, when I asked a lad to my 5th year formal, I had to find his number in the Yellow Pages, right? And ring. So, and his mummy answered, and I had to ask for him. And then got chatting to him, and thankfully he said yes, but then I didn't speak to him at school.
No harm, I would die doing that.
We didn't have phones.
You're not asking him at school?
No, because then they'd have to speak to them in person. They didn't speak to each other. I think we spoke to each other on the night of the formal, and that was it. So I was so awkward, so awkward. And then 6th and 7th year, I think maybe phones were a thing, or even maybe your mummy had a mobile phone or something, or...
BT Cellnet.
Remember the big
Or
black
Paula,
bricks?
you know, the one with the bubbles on the side? And they had, and it danced and it vibrated a lot.
Oh, I went through every type of phone.
No, I literally even thinking about it, I'm as if, and those were the simpler times, Snake and all.
Oh, Snake.
I remember writing, and if you sent an X and they sent 2 X's, it was the best thing ever.
No, what I used to do, Sinead, was the small X, big X, small X, big X, small X. I'm just that. And I was all into that, and all into even remember the BlackBerry?
Oh my god,
Saga?
yes, I loved Blackberries.
BBM, your BBM code.
BBM, what, or MSN.
MSN, nudge. BRB. And you literally be right back, you were right back. Imagine saying BRB.
You'd be
now.
chatting to anybody on that too, some random boy from New Zealand or something.
I loved MSN.
Sitting on the computer and all.
And that was the time where you had to do the dial-up. Remember,
yeah.
And when you were trying to sneak online,
and your mum and
would hear you, because then that means that they have no contact in the outside world because you've clogged up the phone lines.
Oh, that's right.
And then all of a sudden, your ma would come and just yank the connection out and be like, "You've been on this for 5 hours." And then no one can ring me, none of my friends or my sisters, nothing. And then I'm like, sorry about that. But anyway, that went on, and then she used to hide the lead. That was World War. Oh my goodness, we used to go down dust because imagine hiding the lead to your connection to all the MSN for your Glencurts and all. That's how never speak to them in person, but MSN. We have actually grown up in a generation of just texting online. But I believe that I was born in the wrong era.
But then what about your first ever kiss? Because those days we definitely had no phones.
I was P7.
So I was P5.
Stop it! No, I can't.
Oh, wait,
My niece is P6, and I'm telling you.
Or maybe not. I can't really remember. No, it definitely wasn't P7.
Well, I'm not saying any names here, but in our P7 class, there was one lad anyway, and he was all our first Kurt, and we
Same
passed
as
him
us.
around like a rag doll.
Same as us, and we lined up. We lined up behind the fence of my granny's house, and we lined up one by one, snog like washing machines. And the tip was to pretend you're looking at a lollipop.
No. I was told you practice when I was I didn't know obviously how to curt. And curting's a skill, but I can remember someone saying to me, just practice on your arm.
No. I probably did that as well.
And my friend practiced on her stair banister. The banister of a stair.
No, fuck off. That's disgusting.
It's hilarious.
I can smell the white paint. Because every banister was white painted.
Oh, or varnished. No, do you know what? The innocence. And I just definitely I was so, when I was younger, so innocent and just loved the crack. But I used to be a romanticist. I used to think that there's someone for everybody. But you know what? I'm gonna say something a wee bit out there. I don't know if there is.
As in soulmates? Oh no, I don't believe in soulmates. I believe you can love anyone. I believe if you've got the right values in place and you've got the right chemistry, I believe that you can fall in love. I don't believe in soulmates.
Someone said to me, "Oh, Annette, your man's just around the corner." And see, at the minute I'm like, well, whatever corner it is, let me know, because I'm going around the other one. You know what I mean? I don't want to go around that corner. And someone else said to me at a recent wedding, "Oh, your other half's out there." And I said, no, I'm not half, I'm whole. I'm a whole person. Now, if I meet my person, then that's a bonus to my life, and I welcome that, and I'm probably more ready now than ever.
But you were going around the other corner.
No, how long? My person.
Are you open or you're not?
I'm not open. No, I'm not open. But no,
well, there you go.
I'm ready. But no, how long? Right, I'm trying to explain myself here. So I'm ready to a certain extent, but this whole thing always just around the corner. I don't believe in that crap, you know. Or you'll find them when you're not looking. Well, you need to be looking. You can't just sit in your house and wait for them to knock your door.
Nobody's going to come up to you anymore. Nobody comes up to you in the street.
Nope.
If somebody fancies you, they wait till they see you on Tinder.
Do you know what? Even on the street, someone asks you, well, how are you? They walk on past before they even get your answer. We live in such a fast-paced world at the minute, right? Like how many times you said, hello, how are you? And you walk on and you haven't actually got, well, how are they? Right? It's just, in my opinion, and I'm all about going with the flow of life and stepping up to the modern world, but sometimes I just want to just go back in time a wee bit where things maybe were a wee bit more simple in terms of human connection. I'm not even talking about relationships, even friendships, even just like who matters to you, and spend time with them and not letting the busyness of life take over. And also obviously like the phone is a massive thing. Like my head's always down looking at what's going on in someone else's life when I should be looking up and appreciating what's going on in my life. But so I can't be a hypocrite. But I do believe that, you know, human connection is so powerful, Sinead.
You know what? Have you watched Keep Sweet or Wild Wild Country on Netflix?
No, I struggle to watch series and films and stuff.
Right. So basically, it's about, you guys have to watch both of them. It's basically about
How long
cult
is it?
culture. It's like one's 4 episodes and one's, I don't know, I'm only on episode 3.
That's fine.
Or you have to Keep Sweet's the most fucked up one, but it's basically about a religion, and there's a man and he controls it, and they have loads of wives and that. Basically it's very wrong, but like these people are addicted to it and they're so invested in it. And they really believe in this person. Then the other one is Wild Wild Country, and this person's all about like meditation and community, and they would all come together. And the one thing that I was watching that and I goes, why did thousands and thousands of people follow this one person every word, even when they were doing wrong and stuff? And it's because the desperation for community was so huge, because like years ago, like somebody did the milk run, somebody was the painter, everyone had a part in their society to play. There was always this connection and you always felt really close, especially like years ago. There was always someone had a part to play and they contributed to society. Whereas now, like, you are getting mortgages by yourself, you are living by yourself, you're doing your work in your home by yourself, and you're talking to people on a computer, and there's no sense of community. And that's why even like doing like C-swims with people, and people love it, and then they were like, when's the next one? It's because the sense of community. And this is why these people got tricked into following cults, because they just wanted to feel part of something and to feel this community. And that is also why I'm so attracted to Australia, because there's such a community base there. You know, like there's a lot of, you know, like when you finish work here, you go home, you know, or you go to the pub at the weekend. Whilst in Australia, you finish your work and you go to the beach for a barbecue with your mates, and everyone's there. You're like, everyone just bring a piece of meat each and some stuff, and we'll just make a barbecue. You have a picnic. So I just think we really need to focus on that. So like if you're now in your hometown or whatever, like start a group, book club, swim club, women's circle, something, baking club, arts.
Running. I'll not join that club, but for ladies, I would love to catch a running bug, but definitely sea swim club, I'm all about that. If anyone wants to go for a sea swim ever, hit me up, because I'm all about it. It's so good for my well-being. Someone said to me last week, oh, you just do that for the gram. I was like, 100%. I drive to the beach to freeze my babs off for the gram. I love it because it's good for my well-being, my stress, anxiety. It's just so fantastic.
I noticed that I've noticed a pattern, but I don't know if it's because of this, but I definitely feel like the days I have sweet swim, like my pain is under, like I definitely feel a big difference.
It's the benefits, circulation in your body, I'm telling you. And it's the only place, right? The thing I love about the sea, Sinead, right? It's the only place where I just have to remember to catch my breath. So it helps me breathing. So I'm not there with meditation yet, but
you'll be there soon.
I'll be there soon.
One day.
It's when I'm in the sea, I have to just concentrate on my breathing, and focus on, you know, moving and keeping, like, warming up my body and regulating, you know, things. And like, I literally feel, I can't explain the rejuvenation I feel after a sea swim. So it's not just about how it looks, it's how it feels for me. You mentioned there about people doing things by yourself. I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that I would have bought alone. But recently I just bought my first home. Do you know, for me, I never thought that was possible because of the limiting beliefs that I had about myself, that I wasn't organised enough, that I wasn't successful enough, that I didn't have enough money. I kept saying, I can't. And the moment I changed how I spoke to myself, I started saying I can, and I can try, and I can do my best. And you hit the nail on the head about, you know, say, getting a mortgage there. The first meeting I had with a mortgage person, he said to me, and he looked at my books, he's all like, oh, you may wait in the man. And because obviously I wasn't mortgage ready, but he thought that I was just going to wait on a man or a partner to provide, you know, that. And I think that made me a wee bit hungrier. Actually, do you know what?
Okay.
Absolutely. And, you know, I can do this on my own. Not that I wanted to. That wasn't the plan when I was a wee girl. I wanted to maybe build a home with my husband, have my children, but plans, that's other people's plans or other people's journeys. My journey's different, and that's okay. And to any young girl or young man out there that are single and think that they can't do it alone, you can. And everyone's circumstances are different. I understand that. However, it's how you speak to yourself, and, you know, talk about the law of attraction. And, you know, I didn't believe totally in it until maybe in recent years, when I started to attract certain things and certain people into my life by how I was actually speaking to myself and what I was envisioning. And like, I'm a big fan of vision boards, and like, these are private things that you don't have to put online or you don't have to share with everyone. You know, you can create goals in private and smash the dung out of them and make them happen. So when I got my house, it was a shock to people, but that was a long time coming. There was a lot of roadblocks and there was a lot of barriers in the way, but it happened. Now, I don't say that that's an achievement, you know, because a house is materialistic. You know, I don't care whether it's rent.
No, things like that are so, like, you need to stop thinking like that as well, because it is such a goal. Like, it's not about the material. Like, this is a home over your head. This is different from a fucking Range Rover, do you know what I mean? This is something.
I suppose it's my wee haven, but I know a lot of people are struggling with housing at the minute, and I'm sensitive to that. But, you know, it's one of them things. I think we can talk ourselves out of achieving certain things because we don't think that we're worthy or that we're good enough. See, the minute now you step into your power and you step into, you know, that self-belief that I can and I will, the game changes. Now, it doesn't always work. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to do it, and it happens. You say you're going to do it, and then you take the small actions every day to make it happen. So yes, definitely, if someone says you can't do it twice and take pictures.
Yeah. Okay,
Have
right.
you ever got that? People underestimating you?
100%. Jesus Christ. I underestimated myself the last few years. Like, I never thought I'd be, even when I used to write down my goals some years ago, I'd be like, so I'm going to get that. And I'm like,
see, when you said, like, a cycle, I used to follow you back in the day, and you're like, oh, say your goals out loud. I was like, that is such a powerful thing, because you say them out loud. Now, not even for other people, to yourself. Say them out loud.
Not other people. I always think people, even when they're like blowing out their candles, I'm like, you have to say, we were conditioned from such a young age to keep our wishes inside in case they don't come true. But if you tell people them and say them out loud, like, you make them happen. Because like, everything that I've ever done, poster, like, I would make events and put a poster up and have nothing done because I told them out loud. It's like, this is going to be here, and I'm going to do this event, and I'm going to do this, and then I'll organise it.
I suppose it comes down to confidence. And would you say them out loud to everyone, or maybe people that you trust?
Just depends what it is, but mostly everyone, because I'm a person that needs a deadline, and I need, because if I sit there and say, you know what, I'm going to get this, I will sit on that for a long time unless I go, you know what, guys, I'm going to have this by next year. And then I'm like, oh fuck, gotta make it happen.
That's it, and I suppose that's accountability too.
Yeah, well, I'm that person. Like, I need, you know, if I'm doing an assignment, I do it the day before. I'm rushing it because that deadline is what motivates me. Like,
we're yellows, you see.
Yeah, and I have to, within my team as well, like I have to get them to give me deadline and like a consequence if we don't get things done.
Like a forfeit?
Not really, but like they're like, have this done, and like
what's
it's
the
all
consequence?
not really consequence, but like just like they're disappointed in me, like basically.
Well,
especially because people work for me now, so that if I, you know, don't work hard enough, then, you know,
it affects the team.
Yeah, it affects me because I have to pay people.
That's true.
Do you know what I mean? So there's months that, you know, aren't the best months because you have to pay people on top of that. So you have to have that like extra bit. I think more than anything. Okay, right. We're going into the question boxes.
Okay.
So, what was the first question? I can't mind.
I love this pillow.
Happy
cute.
face.
Well, it's
It's
kind of.
Lucy's.
It's kind of it's a happy face, but not a happy face. Like it's kind of. It's not a total happy face. It's kind of like, what's going on? No. Okay. It's me.
Okay, right. So I asked people, what weird questions were they asked on their Tinder dates or dates. So I have a few screenshots here because there was so many disgusting things. I can't believe I never experienced this side of Tinder or Hinge. Like I never got any of these questions.
Shocking. Is this on through the app or actually in person if you meet them?
Some of them are in person.
Some of them are on the app. Okay, right. Hit me. I love this crack. Even though I say dating is a shit show at the minute, it's still good crack. Like,
Yeah, and
makes
it's
for
always
good
a good
entertainment.
story.
Yeah. Just don't catch feelings. Catch flights instead. That's what I'm doing. No feelings, just flights. I like how you called me out about not being open though.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. People are like not attracting it because you're not open.
That's true. Or attracting the wrong person. Yeah.
I matched with a fellow and we were chatting away and arranged to meet up, and he asked me the next night, would he mind if his dad came along? I was like, why would your dad come along? And he said, I suppose we would want to take turns on you.
That is just vile. I'm sorry, block, delete.
What
see
the
you later.
hell?
I wouldn't even
I've
engage
never
in that.
experienced some of these things. I'm like, are you actually being serious? Like even
Turns that is disgusting.
with your dad.
No, I would be blocking that person and reporting this. to a
Surely there
friend.
has to be a joke,
It's not funny. Don't like it.
not a vibe.
Not a vibe. Like I would be out the gap.
But like what? I've never had that. Okay, someone says if I would send him my dirty gym socks and he would post and he would give me £80.
What? Was that on my address? Are you joking? No, that's disgusting.
What would you do it for the crack?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't waste.
Dirty socks?
No, I
£80?
wouldn't. Imagine taking, parsing up your socks, going to the post office, and actually doing that.
But Jesus, £80, £80.
I know, but I'd rather.
I know for a fact that there'd be one person that would be Jack Ramsey. Jack always says to me, Jesus fucking hell, I'd do like anything we're chatting about, or he'd be like, no bother.
Does
no
Jack
bother.
still have his communion money?
100%.
Jack!
He definitely, he says last night something about, sure I can always get the credit union. I said, credit union? What's in there?
Love it. Oh God, love
He's like,
him.
I know, but that's, and I'm like, well,
Good man, Jack.
Jack's in the Shetland Islands putting up windmills right now.
Good man, Jack.
Can you cope with that?
Yeah.
Working 12 hours a day, 21 days on, 7 days off.
Fair play.
He is stacking that dollar. Oh, it's 11/11. Wish.
11, and I always screenshot it, right? And I have a group of friends that I just write into it every day, being like, well, oh no, it's 11:12, I missed it, but I got the screenshot. Now, I have loads of screenshots on my phone of 11:11. I'll not do anything with it, but see if it is. I missed it the other day when it was like the 11th of the 11th, 11:11. No, not the 11th of the 11th, 11th day of the month, 11:11. And people say, why do you believe in that? I was like, just when I see 11:11, it makes me feel as if I've got my life together.
Yeah, you're aligned.
And 1717 is also my favourite numbers too.
Mine's 21.
Right.
Now I've never heard of this one. If I was into nose sucking, but like, is that sexy? A wee lick of the snoot.
The what?
Snoot.
the snout, like as in your nose.
Like up? Do you think it's like up into the nose, or it's just like a sucking of the tip?
If a man came near my beak, right, I'm telling you, he would be getting a punch straight on his snout, right? Not a chance. No, that is
I've
not.
had a few men that just can't kiss and end up kissing the snout, to be fair.
No. The nose, no, not the nose.
Oh, say.
Right? You're.
Why is my audience like in some sort of kink dating site?
Do you know what?
Somebody says to shit.
No, I'm not even going
This
there.
is what his baby boom said. I'll say to poo.
Right, go on ahead.
To poo on a glass table once they
No, that's stop. No, I'm not engaging. No, rotten, clean off. That person's taking a hand out of you, taking a hand out of me. No, rotten.
Okay, right, we'll go a little less sexual. Guys, do you talk about anything else apart from sexual stuff? That's all I'm getting. Somebody asked, do I make my scrambled eggs in the microwave? Because apparently that gives them the ick, and it would have been a no.
Okay, you're like.
What's your ex?
But
There's nothing worse of like when you're buying rounds and someone doesn't buy a round.
That is an instant. That's an ick within friendship circles.
Oh no, it's so terrible, isn't it?
I know.
And you're just like, just get the round, like.
Just get down. I know.
Or just, but then they're like, oh, I don't want to get a kitty. Some people don't want to get it then.
I don't have. I suppose we'd have a brave few icks. Now, it's never anything. It's kind of always about personality and how they speak of other people, or maybe like their like homophobia is a big ick for me. And like people,
definitely.
You know, but people are some people are just, I don't know, just when if someone doesn't align with you and even their throwaway comments, even if it's banter, sometimes gives me the ick, and I'm aware how they speak, even how they speak to you in the first instance, and what their intentions are. Now everyone's intentions are very, very different, especially in dating apps. And I always appreciate the men that tell you what their intentions are sometimes, and then I'm like, well, I'm not into that, but all the best, because some people do just want casual fun, and then there's other people that are actually wanting to meet someone. Just it's horses for courses.
Yours is very serious. Mine's is like boys on bicycles. Jack on a bike, I don't know.
Oh no. I have a very, very simple one that my friends think is ridiculous. A man wearing a backpack, I'm sorry. No,
my biggest hack, I always says, I'll show you the video, but anyway, we went to the Gili Islands and Jack got really drunk, but he also got severely sunburned on the boat on the way there. And he was wearing this red vest and he was on the piss for like 3 days, and he had no shoes the whole time. They were black. His feet were black the whole way up. He had burnt, like the whole head was yellow scaly because it was blistering. And he was so drunk he couldn't put a sentence together, and I was like, you're literally giving me the ick.
So your boyfriend can actually give you the ick too?
Yeah, and I give him the ick. He's got his ex.
Well, that's healthy enough.
But it's only funny. It's not like you turn me off. It's not like this turns me off. It's actually like, just give me the ick.
Banter. You have to have the crack. Crack's and banter's very important within a relationship. That is definitely a non-negotiable. You have to be able to, I want to laugh with my man in time 80. You know what I mean? Like having the crack and just not taking life so serious. And like having a team member. Do you feel as if Jack's a member of your team?
I feel like Jack is like, I wouldn't say team. Jack's kind of like my back. Like he kind of holds me up. You know what I mean? He kind of like
backbone.
He just kind of like holds me up. Like last night I was really ill and I was like, oh, I really wish he was here to like just hold me up when I was feeling really bad. You know, he kind of just, he's just always there, and there's always this like support system. Do you know what I mean? I always think like
reliable. Yeah,
and also he's good Craic.
And you love curting him.
Love a good Curt.
Class.
We are Curters, to be fair.
Class, fair play.
You know what? I wrote this in the question box. I was like, how did your partner ask you to be their girlfriend or boyfriend? And so many people are like, he's never asked me, but we're like married.
I like that. Sometimes you don't have to like be asked. Is that right? I don't hear.
I feel like it's a thing in our town that like you have to go ask to go steady. We would say the words, and people right up until me and Jack went steady, people are like, are you going steady yet? Are you going steady yet? People continue to ask that.
Even that word steady, like. But I know that's true. I think from my area too. However, like I just think if there's a an agreement that you aren't seeing other people, then you are official. Not that I would know. Here's me giving advice, like, I couldn't be more single.
You're giving the single advice?
People come for me for like relationship advice. I'm like, you're going to the wrong doll here. No, but like I love chatting about, you know, relationships and communication and even friendships and stuff like that. I love to chat, Sinead.
A lot of people asked girls, or like, they didn't ask. I did girl power, breaking norms.
Right.
And that's what Tasha did last night on Love Island. Did you watch Love Island last night?
No, I don't watch Love Island.
Oh my gosh.
Not a fan of Love Island.
Oh my god, some boy asked his girlfriend, made her a bath and wrote it on a steamed mirror.
Rotten.
What?
I would give me that. I'm like, rise up. Like, that's like Jack out of, no, Titanic. Or no, Jack and Rose. I just get the hand and just...
I would think that is so cute.
No, I'm like, no, lad, just ask me.
No.
No, instant ick. But fair play, no offence, like. Actually, I'm just jealous. I wish that was happening to me.